Clonakilty, being followed by Golden Pedigree and Celebria. 400 metres to go in the Queen Adelaide. Clonakilty's trying to work out 3 wide underneath Luna Spur. It's still Deprivation. Maidan's under pressure. Luna Spur popped the big question on the outside, is racing greenly, as is Clonakilty, and then Golden Pedigree. Luna Spur flat out at the moment. Oh gee, there's buffeting behind. Oh, Celebria got severely checked as Golden Pedigree went fast. Golden Pedigree, Luna Spur, then Deprivation and the unlucky Celebria. It's Golden Pedigree. Golden Pedigree beat Luna Spur a half third, maybe Deprivation, and Celebria was most unlucky. Close up Clonakilty and a gap to Maidan's at the rear. Number 4, Golden Pedigree. David Tootle for Tony McAvoy. Got into a real buffeting duel with Celebria. Gee, Celebria was unlucky, that filly. Simon Price at his first ride back from Singapore. I think she was going almost like the winner, the 5, but she got stopped in her tracks. They were racing greenly, some of them, including Luna Spur and also Clonakilty, which was reluctant to come to the outside of the horse's heels in front. But it was Golden Pedigree overhauling them. A very lucky David Tootle, thanks to Jason Holder, just being a bit heavy. Luna Spur will run second, seemingly had every chance. I think Deprivation might hold Celebria for third. Might have a look at the head-on if we have the opportunity. It was a rough race. Golden Pedigrees by Gold Bros from New Gold Dream, and raced by David Hayes. Final Triumph Syndicate managed by John Manuel, and the Hall Thoroughbred Syndicate managed by Kay Hall. 2 starts for 2 wins and a beautifully timed run by David Tootle. Now this head-on might be coming up in a moment. We might have a look if we have the opportunity. Head-on, here it is now. Now, there's the 400-metre mark right now. It's Deprivation in front of Maidan's. Clonakilty tries to move out under Luna Spur. There was no clear running. Goes back in 1 off. Meantime, Celebria is coming up behind Luna Spur, and the winner is left of screen. They bumped severely there. It was the winner, Golden Pedigree, which just seemed to duck in at that point. Celebria may have overreacted somewhat. However, there was severe interference, and I'll tell you what, we're lucky that there wasn't even more severe interference in terms of horses getting onto heels and perhaps stripping horses in front, including Luna Spur, because when it gets that rough and tumble, often that is the case, but luckily everyone's still standing after an action-packed Queen Adelaide Stakes.
There certainly was some action there. Thank you, Hilt. We just need the third number there, importantly, on the third. 4-2, and still nothing further at this stage. 4-2-1, Deprivation's got it, ridden by Joe Bowditch. 4-2-1 on the Queen Adelaide.
Numbers here, Matt, 14 on top, Costa Breeze with Dan Nikolic taking the ride to beat 10, 11 and 4. But let's catch up with Peter Moody. He's got a key, maybe a key chance in this race in High Clare. Back to a firm track might be a key, Pete.
Just given some chance in the run, I think. He's been a victim of no luck and maybe moderately judged rides, and hopefully D. Oliver could turn that around for us.
Park on the third, there's all the interims. Golden Pedigree beat Luna Spur and Deprivation 4-2-1. We'll take a break and be back shortly with more live racing.
All clear. Off. And Le Boucheron stepped away reasonably. Costa Breeze a touch slow. Le Boucheron easing to the end, and Navatia is the first to show out now. Lamparo jump well but steadies. Lots of swing on its outside early, and there's Bridges of Babylon moving up wide out. Rocketeer 5th on the inside, followed by Aussie Red 1 Costa Breeze, and then Capiro inside Derringer. Wonder High clear around Conscription with Le Boucheron on the fence, and they're trailed by Personal Image, Coolvilla, and Olivet last of all as they went past the 1200 metres. And Bridges of Babylon is working to the lead and finds it by 2 lengths. Navatia second, lots of swing, 2 lengths away third. Rocketeer ahead away 4th on the inside, followed by Aussie Red and Lamparo. 1.5 Capiro being followed by Derringer, and then came Costa Breeze, trailed by High Clear out wide and Worsted midfield. Then Le Boucheron Conscription in the centre with Personal Image 3 wide, 2 to Cool Villa, and Oliveir's last of all. Aussie Red made a move and went and set up on the outside of the leader, Bridges of Babylon. Lots of swing, 1.5 lengths away third. Navatia 4th. fourth the inside, and then Lamparo. Derringer coming around the outside, followed by Rocketeer, High Clear, and they're followed then by Personal Image as they swing the corner. Laboucheron still about third last into the straight now, and lots of swings swept up down the dip and took the lead from Aussie Red and Bridges of Babylon. Lamparo's running on next down the outside, and then came Derringer. Laboucheron well back and held up at the 300 metres now. Lamparo is after lots of swing Lamparo. Rocketeer, Aussie Red is next, and then Personal Image on the outside. Lamparo has the lead. Personal Image is swallowing it up though, grabbing the lead, and Personal Image beats Lamparo. Laboucheron flew home third after being held up. Then High Clear and Conscription, lots of swing. Derringer all the way, followed by Costa Breeze, Cool Villa, Capiro. Then Aussie Red well back as Rocketeer, Bridges of Babylon, and Navatia is one of the last in. Number 7 is the winner. Personal Image, ridden by James Winks for Richard Freyer. Sat wide for much of the journey, and coming back in distance has swallowed up Lamparo, who looked the winner when he hit the lead near the 200 metre mark. And Laboucheron rocketing home at the end of it to grab the third. Numbers are 7, 5 and 10 in the ESP plate. 7, 5 and 10 official. And 1:37.7 looks like the winning time. Personal Image, who ran second to a very handy horse in Bushfire 2 starts ago. Over the 2000, had another run at 2000 and was a bit disappointing behind Saturday Fever, who's going to head down to Tassie for the Cups. But Personal Image, on this occasion, coming back to the 1600 metres, has now won 2 of his 4 at that trip, and finishing very strongly up the middle of the track to win. 7, 5 and 10. Fourth home went to 9 High Clear, and 15 was 11 Lots of Swing. Laboucheron was the unlucky runner of the race, being held up, and was about fourth last with 300 metres to go, and stormed home when he did get into the clear. Had he been clear early enough, he probably would have gone very close to winning that race, but dems the brakes. Divvies. Personal Image paid $29.90 and $8.30. Lamparo $2.80, Laboucheron $2, Quinella $133.50, Exacta $388.70, Trifecta paid $1,947.40, the running double $206.90. Big start to the quaddie for those who found it. Numbers 7, 5, 10 on race 4.
And that winner, Personal Image, was one of the value bet selections in race 4 at Sandown. There's all the Unitab totes in now too, so we're right up to date. Celebria ran fourth. It paid $381.30 on the third. Rosehill is coming up. Race 4 in 13 minutes. Musta Bashir, Apiary, Manitar and Bashir. 2, 4, 5 and 12 are the ratings numbers. And here's the market. Looking for the main chances there. Well, our top rater, Musta Bashir's come up at $9.20. Apiary and Spinning to Win are among the hopes. And over to the next couple there at Rosehill. Firm favourite, Bashir, number 12. Race 4 at Rosehill. A number of country visitors at Rosehill this afternoon, including Al's Wish. This filly comes from Port Macquarie up on the mid-north coast. She's trained by Neil Godbolt, who's with Chris.
Well, Neil, a bit of Port Macquarie weather here at I was going to say Coffs Harbour, at Rosehill today.
Certainly is, yes, certainly is, Chris.
It's a beautiful part of the world, and your horses are going well. Al's Wish, he needs a bit of speed on.
Yeah, she does. The wind was good at Canterbury, then at Warwick Farm they went very slow early in the race, and they just left her when they sprinted, so hopefully today there'll be a bit more speed on, and I expect her to run a nice race for us.
After the first couple of races, I thought maybe leaders track today, but they got home pretty well in that previous event, so if they're, as you say, if the pace is on, good chance.
Yeah, I think so, but there's got to be speed on. If there's no speed on, we're in trouble.
All right, well, we back it each way and hope for the best.
Let's hope so, Chris, yeah.
Good luck, Neil, and give my regards to Port Macquarie.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Neil had a runner earlier today too, Hipwell in the second race, who finished out of the money behind some pretty smart types though, including Polar Success. They'll be calling them in shortly at Rosehill. At Eagle Farm, the fourth placing there went to number 4, Lion Prince. There's no correct weight at this stage. 8, 6, 11 and 4.
Vashier runs favourite. They're off this time. Vashier didn't jump all that quickly. The same Al Jamil. Dismissal away well, as was April. Spinning to Win's going to head them. A length Mr. 1% Stable Talk, and not far away is Vashier. Then Dr. Copernicus Manitar, followed by Muster Bashir and Al's Wish. And immediately last is Al Jamil. They work their way down towards the 1,000 marker. And April dashes to the lead now from Stable Talk and Spinning to Win. A length and a half to the favourite Vashier. A length further back Dismissal to Mr. 1%. Parked on the inside of Dr. Copernicus and then Manitar, followed by Muster Bashir. A couple to Al's Wish and a neck the outside being Al Jamil as they work onto the side. Down by the 700 and April. The rider Beedman slows the speed. 3/4 of a length the break Stable Talk. Third posse is taken by Spinning to Win. On the outside, one out, one back, the favourite Vashier, deeper Dr. Copernicus. And then comes Dismissal, 1%, Mr. 1% to give him his full title. Around them goes Muster Bashir. A length further back Manitar, Al Jamil, and Al's Wish is Stone Motherless homeward bound now. And April shows the way at the 300 by a half Stable Talk. Vashier called upon, and coming down the outside quickly is Muster Bashir. Vashier headed by Muster Bashir. They dropped April and Stable Talk. It's on the outside, Muster Bashir, a neck in front of Vashier, who's fighting back. However, Muster Bashir still in front. Vashier is trying to rally. Muster Bashir clinging on close to home. It'll win. Muster Bashir beat Vashier. Third to Manitar. Fourth Spinning to Win. Mr. 1% next. Followed home then by Al Jamil on the outside. Further back in the field then was well back Stable Talk pulling up quickly. So too Al's Wish, and Dr. Copernicus and Dismissal were the last two to finish. Number 2, Muster Bashir, ridden by Larry Cassidy, has been able to take out the Aquavita handicap. Bashir fought on very well, the favourite. Would not give in, but Muster Bashir has just prevailed on the line to win by, probably a long ahead. By Red Ransom from Startling Lass, trained by Graham Rogerson for His Excellency Nasser Abdullah Hussain. And there's the number 2, Muster Bashir. Second goes to number 12, Bashir, by Flying Spur from Forget Paris, John O'Shea, Corey Brown. And third is number 6 and number 5, just in front of 6-5 Manitar, by Marauding from Twiggerley, Clary Connors, Lenny Beasley, just in front of 6 Spinning to Win. The time 1:23.58 on this upgraded track to good. Not far outside Ringside's class record, 1:23.21. Gee, when was that established? Oh, in November, that's right. And the sectional run was 35.53. So, the official tote dividends, Muster Bashir, the winner, paid 7, 10 and 220. We can't get a favourite home here today. Yeah.
All right, Ian, yes, it has been a bit lean so far for favourite backers. Muster Bashir making it 2 wins on the trot. It took him 10 starts to win his maiden. He's now won 2 on the trot, so he's found out what it's all about. First 4, 2, 12, 5 and 6 paid $1,038.90. New South Wales extra double paid $91.40. Combination 8 and 2. Special div 9.30 on race 4 at Rosehill. Victoria Park is coming up next.
Sandown race 5. Liquid Lunch at $3.80. Julpy now into $8.10 from Danamore at $4.10, and Sovereign Point at $8.40. So Liquid Lunch continuing to drift. Bucati Royale for Mark Zara has had a little bit of late support in a couple of points. Righto, let's head back to Sandown now for race 5, the Greater Dandenong Cup, and once again, Greg Miles.
Big odds. Righto, Dean, thank you and welcome along. We've got 4 to move in for this Greater Dandenong Cup, including Tilpy there, Darren Gouchy's right, former Territory Galloper. Out to a longer trip here today. Touch on the easy side on track. The favourite there is the grey Danamore going up. It's been very well supported. Open second favourite, but has clearly been the best tried in it. Liquid Lunch has been a marked drifter on track. It's right out the gate. But 2 of those have won today. We've seen 2 of Lee Friedman and Damien Oliver's winners be absolutely unwanted on track but score, so it's not beyond the realms of possibility. Now Liquid Lunch goes up into the stalls. The gates opened on Bugatti Royale, but he stays in the stalls. Now Kavasinga took up the outside gate, so the field is all locked in now. That gate locked closed in front of Bugatti Royale, and the track is now being cleared and they're ready to run. Danamore the favourite, the grey. Racing now, Danamore jumping all right alongside Liquid Lunch. In the early stages, Justin Cash began quickly and Mazzacano ridden for an early position on the rails. Bugatti Royale in the red colours is going forward, and so is Ancient Way. So there's a bit of pace about here. Bugatti Royale heading down to the rails in front from Ancient Royale. Chilpy out wide with Coversinger 4 wide. Mazzacano in behind them, 5th on the rail. Followed by Justin Cash, 3 lengths away Long Yard, and they're trailed 2.5 lengths to Danamore. Sovereign Point the inside, and then came Alitair, and Stravana second last on the inside of Liquid Lunch. So they leave the straight, and Bugatti Royale won the battle for the front, and at the 1800 metres he's 2 lengths in front. Chilpy up in second placing on the outside of Mazzacano. Coversinger easing back a length away in 4th and trying to slot in there on the outside. About a length and a half just in Cash. Ancient Way the outside, 2 lengths to Long Yard. A further 2 lengths away is Sovereign Point, who's worse in midfield on the inside of Danamore. 2 lengths further back is Alitair Stravana, and Liquid Lunch at the tail of the field at the 1400, and Bugatti Royale the leader. Chilpy a length and a half away. In third placing Mazzacano, and they're trailed a length further back to Coversinger. 1.5 then to Justin Cash. 3/4 away on the outside is Ancient Way. Then the greys together. Long Yard the inside of Danamore. 1.5 to Sovereign Point. 2 to Alitair Stravana, and Liquid Lunch 2 lengths away last of all. Making their way off the back now, and the leader is Bugatti Royale, 2.5 lengths clear. Chilpy in second placing, 1,000 left to go. Mazzacano a neck away third the inside, 1.5 to Coversinger. Justin Cash is next, being followed by Danamore commencing her move now. Makes ground on the outside of Ancient Way, and they're trailed by Long Yard, Sovereign Point, 2 to Alitair. Liquid Lunch at least 10, maybe 12 off the leader, coming up towards the home turn near the 600. And Stravana is last of all. They're nearing the bend now, and it's Bugatti Royale the leader from Chilpy. Mazzacano, Danamore coming into it wide out round the outside of Coversinger. Long Yard just behind these horses now, and they're trailed then by Justin Cash, and Liquid Lunch is in the pack of horses. It's Bugatti Royale at the 400. The rider pulls the whip, and Long Yard looms up now. Chilpy coming down the outside. Danamore's battling away, and then Coversinger. Back behind the Mazzacano and Liquid Lunch. Long Yard at the 200 metres. He strides away by 2 lengths, Bugatti Royale. Liquid Lunch coming home down the outside with Ancient Way and Alitair, but Long Yard's clear, and he's going to win again. Long Yard by 2 lengths to Liquid Lunch. Head away third, Ancient Way from Alitair, Bugatti Royale. Next, Danamore, Stravana, Justin Cash, Coversinger, Chilpy. Didn't stay. And then Mazzacano and Sovereign Point dropped out to last. Well, he was the one who was forgotten in betting, I suppose. Long Yard, number 2. He'd beaten a couple of the more favoured runners in the betting last time out, and he's done it again. 2 Long Yard. James Winks to winning double, a successive double 2 for Richard Freyer. 2 Long Yard first. Number 1 is second, Liquid Lunch, Danny Nikolic, and number 13 is third, Ancient Way, ridden by Nicholas Ryan. Numbers are official on race 5, 2, 1 and 13. 2, 1 and 13. And a winning double 2 for James Winks, also with a winning double for Richard Freyer. 2, 1, 13. 4th in number 7 and 5th in number 11. Bugatti Royale, who ran them along at a solid clip. No time posted as yet. Well, we just forgot about him, didn't we? He scraped home with a narrow victory last time out over the same course and distance. Had the claim here. Went up only a kilo. Admittedly, there were a few around him that met him better at the weights, but winners keep on winning. And he's proven that adage again. 2, 1, 13, 7 and 11 on race number 5.
Next best. It's a very open market, as you would expect. The Wellington Cup, the big field going around in around 9 minutes. Now, race number 5 from Rose Hill in 14, and Ergonet is our top rater, ahead of Spur Scent, Dynasty and Fair Embrace. So it's 3, 2, 4 and 1. Spur Scent's the fave at 250, Ergonet at 470, Dynasty at 530 and Jill Peak at 750. No doubt the class horse Fair Embrace. She's got 6.
But if he's anywhere near them, he could win this race.
Yeah, he's a bit of a character. He sort of mucks around in the barriers and that, but if he can get away on terms and just posse up somewhere nice, he's got to be ridden a little bit cold and then just sort of have one run at him. So it looks pretty good speed in the last. So if he's on his best behaviour, it's the type of race that will really suit him. So fingers crossed he's in a good frame of mind today, and he'll put his best foot forward.
I know you'll ride him well, mate. It's great to see you back at the races, and hopefully back in the winner's circle real soon.
Yes, thank you very much, Chris.
Good luck, Dan.
Thank you.
Righto, that's Dan Beasley joining Chris Kearns. We're about to head to New Zealand, and Galway Lass, who's got superb form in the lead-up races here for the Wellington Cup. The favourite at 5.10 over the Mighty Lions. Rising Heights, who beat Galway Lass a couple of runs ago, and then Cluden Creek and Torless. Let's go to New Zealand now for race 11, the Wellington Cup.
Previous assignments, he had a nice enough run in the Manawa 2 Cup when he was placed second, but didn't repeat that measure in the Martin Cup, and then here the other day just didn't run on over 2,200 metres. Not to say he can't today. There's Rising Heights and the Holiday Hot Jock Darryl Bradley. I believe this horse is bred for the trip. Rising Heights at 9.45 and 3.45, and has the inside alley from this 3,200 metre. They start up the 1,200 metre shoot for the prestigious Lion Brown Wellington Cup at Group 1. Rising Heights into the gate and backed out again too, so they're just going to have to pay a little bit of attention to him. Perhaps he's getting a little bit fired up there. The rest of them standing and waiting to be sent away by Gary Phillips. So courtesy of Radio Pacific, here's the big one of the day for Wellington Racing, and Tony Leader calls.
So the Lion Brown Wellington Cup all in the gates, and the starter Gary Phillips to go to the line. Rising Heights very fractious in one. Now they make a good line. Gary Phillips, the starter, looking across them. It's the button. This is it. They're racing, folks. Off they go in the Lion Brown Wellington Cup of 2004, and they break away from the 1,200 metres. Semper Fidelis went straight back, as to Torles and another southerner. Cabela went back. Carrera came away quickly, though, and it is going to be the leader from Cluden Creek right there. Sensuous, as to Ebony Honor, and Bel Air behind these. Hales the next. Baloney's getting forward right around the outside of them. Corrupted next to Princess Oregon, and then Cyclades. Hoofing at the inside, and the Mighty Lions pressing up between runners. Then Rising Heights and Galway Lass. Capella behind these. Tunzi as they're about to swing into the straight on their first occasion. Torles is going to settle down second from last, and Semper Fidelis is last of all. It's Carrera and Matt Williamson in front, but Baloney and Noel Harris striding up on the outside. They race through the straight on their first occasion. Cautious Gluten, Sweet Seeding, Bel Air, Striad and Sensuous between them as they come past this very big crowd here at Trentham Racecourse for the Lion Brown Wellington Cup of 2004, and it is on the inside. Carrera leading the way. Baloney, Cautious Gluten, then Bel Air, Sensuous. Ebony Honor's getting a nice run. The next Princess Oregon, the inside of the top weight Hale, and Corrupted Striad, tracked up by the Mighty Lion. Cyclades, a former winner in the centre, and Hoofing at the inside of those. Then we have Cabela. The outside is Rising Heights. There's 2 lengths away to Tunzi. Galway Lass the next, then to the New Zealand Cup winner Torles second to last, and 2 lengths Semper Fidelis is last of all. 1,600 to go as they swing to the back, and Baloney's taken over. Baloney's the leader. Cautious Gluten is second, and Carrera third. Bel Air getting a good run fourth, and the lightweight Sensuous travels 5 on the inside. Ebony Honor the centre. Corrupted's a little deeper out. Princess Oregon the next on the inside. Hale in the centre, and the Mighty Lions 3 out, working a bit but has cover. They have 1,200 metres to go. Hoofing it's the next to Cyclades. Carrera's back on the inside of Rising Heights. No moves yet. Tunzi behind these. Galway Lass the outside, and Torles still second to last. And at the 1,000 metres, last of all here is Semper Fidelis. The field for the Lion Brown Wellington Wellington Cup run off the back of the track, and it is Baloney putting a bit more speed into the race. Cautious Cluden and Carrera side by side. Sensuous travels sweetly the inside, desperate to get off as Corrupted goes forward. Bel Air behind these. Ebony Honor starting to take off now, and then Princess Oregon runs coming. Hale and on the outside, Rising Height, Cyclades, Cabela and Galway Lass. They pack right up on the corner, and then Tall S as they swing, and Semper Fidelis. Corrupted swept to the lead. The Mighty Lions and Cautious Cluden after them. Sensuous closer to the inside. Hale down the outside. Cautious Cluden. Ebony Honor. Sensuous against the inside may have the lead, and Bel Air's coming with them, and still there Cabela. It is Cautious Cluden in front. On the inside is Bel Air. Cautious Cluden. Bel Air's trying to out-tough it. Cautious Cluden just in front. Leads the biggest ever bets in New Zealand. Cautious Cluden from Bel Air. Wouldn't be sure third. Ebony Honor, Hale or Cabela. The Mighty Lions behind these runners. Cyclades. Then Sensuous. They were followed through then by Carrera, Princess Oregon, Baloney, Tumsy, Hoovered at Semper Fidelis, Tall S, then Corrupted, Galway Lass, and Rising Heights will be the last of the men.
Cluden Creek, the winner, 10.60 and 3.80 over 4 Bel Air. And we're standing by for the official third. So on the Wellington Cup, number 14, Cluden Creek, the winner, as we join Ian Craig at Rosehill for race 5.
Ergonet. Already now. Becoming overcast at Rosehill. They're off this time. That was a lovely start. Who is going to lead? The well-tried Jewel Peak it will be. A half to 3/4 of a length or so on Fair Embrace. Third posse taken by Nordic Flight. Then Dynasty, Ergonet, 2.5 spur centre length. Variza, 3/4 Quiet As. Settling fully into stride now, and the leader is Jewel Peak. Can't quite get across onto the rails. Leads about a length and a half now. She gets closer to the aluminium. Second is Fair Embrace. Third Ergonet, followed by Dynasty. Nordic Flight off the track. 2.5 then coming Spur centre length Variza, and a similar margin to Quiet As past the 600, and Fair Embrace on the outside. Just the leader from Ergonet. Jewel Peak back to third now. Dynasty's running fourth. Fifth on the outside as they come to the bend. Nordic Flight. Spur centre the outside from Variza, and last is Quiet As. Ergonet straightens up and makes the run past the 320. A half length on Fair Embrace, 2.5 to Dynasty, Jewel Peak, and then a gap to Spur Cent starting to unwind. Ergonet the inside leads a half length on Fair Embrace under the whip, and now Spur Cent is starting to gather them in. Spur Cent is setting out after Ergonet. Ergonet still in front. Spur Cent is bridging the gap. Ergonet just the leader. To the naked eye from where I stand, it looks like Ergonet from Spur Cent, but we're well off the Ergonet from Spur Cent. I say we're well off the line. Third is Dynasty, followed home then by, on the inside, Variza, then Quiet As, followed by Nordic Flight, and the last two in were Fair Embrace and Jewel Peak. And we stand by for the result. They are wide apart, and as I say, we are back off the line here. Ergonet on the inside and Spur Cent. Let's have a look at this replay as they get to the line. Well, Spur Cent is right up there. Let's have a look at this closer shot now. Ergonet and Spur Cent. Well, the inside on the free shot, the outside on the long shot, so you know what the answer is. As I say, we're off the line. To the naked eye, it looked as though the inside might have had a margin. You have to allow then for the outside, and it could quite easily be. Here's the finish links, and the inside will just get it. Ergonet will just get this, looking at the finish links by the barest of margins, and there's the number. Number 3, Ergonet, has just beaten number 2, Spur Cent. Number 4 is officially third, and number 8 has run officially fourth. So it's 3 Ergonet, trained by Robert Pearce, by Ergun from River of Destiny, and written by Danny Beasley. Number 2, Spur Cent, by Flying Spur from Sand Century, Graham Spackman, Jay Ford.
Yeah, just lasting Ergonet, Spur Cent, and Dan Esty fill the minor placings. Fair Embrace knocking up after looking a big winning chance at the 200, but she really got anchored by that 62 kilos. It was first up, though, and she'll be much improved. Right, we've got Victoria Park as our next commitment in about 4.5 minutes. Here are the totes on the Wellington Cup in New Zealand. 14 Cluden Creek, the winner, from 4 Bel Air, and 8 Ebony Honor. The trifecta returning